and while in between bites for the let fours, okay? What, and this is the one, the first one, what was the one thing your peer said needed improvement or on your lesson plan? And for the let fours, I'm saying when you had to go and teach maybe a younger cadet something, all right? Did you already set up your own lesson plan internally, or did you write it down? Did y'all have that? Did you talk about that? You have it.
I put it down.
Did you do a lesson? You know, and when I say a lesson plan, I'm just talking about basic steps that you had to do.
And it is, the lesson plan evolved as time went on and formulated itself in my head.
Okay, all right. But you had to have some type of steps or introduction when
Yes,
you
ma'am.
taught those. Okay, and how would you go about doing that?
So you want me to
Sorry.
explain the lesson plan, ma'am?
No, not explain it, but just, okay. Say like in drill, like you had to teach someone in something in drill.
That's what mine is about.
That's what yours is about. Tell me like 3 steps that you wanted to make sure.
I familiarized the cadet with the equipment, I familiarized the cadet with the basic movements, and then I allowed the cadet to practice on their own with constructive criticisms.
Very good. Michelle?
I'll figure out what exactly the cadets already know with the either exhibition or basic drill and ceremony.
Okay,
Then I try to help them learn slightly newer things, not too complex, but
Okay.
just like the next stage.
all right.
And then I build up from there until they can say it's a whole exhibition routine. I work with them until they have it completed, help them out along the way, tell them, hey, let's try to fix this.
Got you. Thank you. The next question, and I'm gonna move up to the let threes. It's 2 questions in one. One, I want to know why is feedback important? Okay, positive and negative. And the other question is right underneath that. You tell me 1 strength and 1 weakness of yours. 1 strength, 1 weakness of yours, and then the feedback. And if y'all have examples in there, you know, that you want to reflect to, fine, just reflect, let threes. Since you give them time to, since y'all had time. Same question, what are your strengths? 1 strength, and what are your weaknesses? In leadership.
So when it comes to leadership, I'm a very competitive person, so I'll turn anything to a competition, but not to the point where it gets out of hand.
Okay,
Like, I love to win. Losing is one of the worst things in the world to me. So being competitive, making sure that I'm motivated and motivating others, that's one of my strengths. I can set goals real good.
okay,
So
that's a strength.
that's our strengths. Weaknesses are when we don't reach those goals, or
You said we. You.
when I don't reach those goals. I'm sorry.
Okay,
When
yes.
like I'm letting the team down pretty much. That's it really frustrates me, and it changes how I act towards the rest of the group. I'm not sure.
No.
Yeah.
I
I
never said that, but you're just letting me know.
I don't like start turning on them like very bad, but I'm also not the happiest camper when I'm not doing the right thing or I'm not leading us the right way.
You're your worst critic. Yeah.
So, one strength I believe I have is, I believe that I am able to, like, be loud and more open with how I lead, and like, I have the ability to articulate what I need to say and articulate the instructions to others.
Okay.
I believe a weakness I have is that I sometimes, like, I'm not really ready or good enough to be a leader, or that I don't have the self-confidence to step up and be one. That's one weakness I have.
Okay. So that's just self-confidence. No. Okay. Thank you. That's strengths and weaknesses. And next, I want you to concentrate on, or if you had an example of what is an ethical dilemma. Okay. Have y'all went over that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Now, let's go back with the feedback and go back with your strength.
So feedback is important to me because it's a valuable tool that I utilize in order to make sure that my teammates, my subordinates, my superiors able to improve themselves and also sustain what they're already doing well. And as for my strengths and weaknesses, I am very good at giving feedback that allows my fellow teammates, my subordinates, and my superiors to better themselves and will highlight areas of improvement. However, a weakness I have, specifically about that feedback, is it is often blunt and overtly negative, and it may be a little harsh on the cadets, and that's why I feel like I need to improve upon the way that I approach individuals in a less aggressive, intimidating manner.
Excellent. And you're doing well on that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good, thank you.
I think feedback is important because with feedback, you're able to understand from another person's point of view what is well, what isn't well, what needs to stay, what needs to be improved.
Okay,
One of my strengths is that I'm able to quickly understand and assess a situation, and one of my weaknesses is that sometimes I struggle with getting out the exact words I want,
okay,
because I can't always phrase what I want to say.
okay. But you communicate that very well because you're thinking internally before you even voice what you're ready to say, correct? So is it more like you take your time? Because if you get, you get too eager, then your thought process goes, and you want to let them know right away. So it's like more so take your time, gather your thoughts, execute.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Okay, that was let force. Now we're going to move on. We just talked about the drill. You've been talking about some questions you have answered earlier. Y'all already told me about your future plans of post-secondary, so I'm not even going back to that. Have you prepared a resume before?
Yes,
Yes,
You
ma'am.
do you have your possible 2 references that you would use?
yes,
Yeah. Or think of 2 references, non-family, okay, that you would use as a reference, that would speak highly of you. Okay, is that fair? All right, we'll go back over here. Thank you. Okay, go ahead, what's that?
Another limit to me is choosing between 2 things that you find correct.
Awesome.
So,
To me, a written, ethical dilemma is something, a situation you're in where you believe that both options are correct, but there's also the difference between right and wrong. You either have to do what's right or do what isn't right.
Okay, your best friend, you see them and they did an act that you're not too pleased with. Matter of fact, you never seen them take something and nobody else saw them, but you saw them. That's your friend. How would you approach them? Would you tell them that you saw them and you take corrective measures? Or would you just let it slide because you don't want to lose a friendship?
I would definitely.
Same question to you.
I would tell them to put it back. Like, I'm not just gonna let you steal, because if you go down, I go down too, because we're together, pretty much, like in a store or something. They see both of us walking together on camera, and now I'm with you. I'm gonna let you know, put it back. I probably won't tell, which I know that's.
That's an ethical dilemma. You told me what that.
I probably wouldn't tell you, like, go grab a manager, hey, he stole something. No, but I would at least confront you about it, and if you don't do anything about it, I can't. Me and you, we're not like that anymore.
So you walk away from a friendship that you've had all these years, and just because they stole something, and you saw them, and you let them know, they're like, hey, well, it's not gonna hurt anything, it's just that. So you would go along with that, or would you lose the friendship?
I lose friendship.
What I would do is probably, it's kind of similar like you, but I would tell them, I'll tell my friend, hey, you should put that back, that's not right. And if they don't, then I would probably go and tell them, because I don't want to be brought down with that friend because of a lousy mistake that they made.
Okay, that's fair. And I just throw that in there. It's easier said than done until you're actually in that situation of how it's going to be. And it could be another part where you walked out the store, no one saw you, but you are aware that that happened, you know? So it's still an ethical dilemma. However, it's how you handle it, and you're making choices each and every day. Thank you all very much for that. The next question is I'm gonna go to, I haven't asked you, what do you want? Secondary institutions, and that is that you are interested in attending after high school and what you want to do there. And the other one is that I also a resume, and what, when you, did y'all have to compile a resume? Did you have to create one?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you pull that up and I'll glance at that, and then I'll ask you about your references. Thank you.
So my two references would be Sergeant Major Abram Rayos, instructor, because I know that he thinks very highly of me, and he has said time and time again that he is more than willing to reference me in the future. And also Mr. Aegis from the Kadena Air Base Force Support Squadron.
Okay.
He's already given me a letter of recommendation that I have somewhere on file, and I know that he was a very close mentor of mine.
Okay, very good. And they're not related to you at all, right?
No, no.
Okay. And then, okay, yourself.
Alright, the two people that I would say that I could use as references would be, Major Craig Redfern, our
Mhm.
senior army instructor, and
Right.
my old general manager, William Brashear. I worked with him at Pizza Hut,
Okay,
and he said that he would be willing to put in a good word for wherever I went,
good.
and Major has also said the same thing.
Excellent. Thank you. Have y'all did the capstone? Y'all did
Yes,
that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do y'all have that? Can I look at that? And then I'm gonna come around and look at you. Mhm.
Yeah. Did I not put the thing in here?
Just open your documents. You know, it's like,
Might be. No, it's sheets.
please go ahead.
Thank you.
Would you like to have that time?
No, evidence. I see it. And you still, it's still coming or, okay, there it goes. I'll come back around. Thank you.
Don't have to put it in a personal account.
And what did you, if you want, if you have to sell yourself, what, key thing would you, tell your employer about your resume? What type of worker are you?
You will sign on your personal account.
I can't sign in on this.
A concentrated worker.
Concentrated workers.
If you put me on a task, I will finish it.
Okay. And
That's
then
all
you
you
sell
said.
it.
This one is.
So you gotta sell yourself.
And the entitled document.
Would sell myself
That's the one.
as a
That's the
worker who will get things done
This
and
one.
can be dependable.
Good.
You have your phone on you.
No, it's not on my phone.
The next.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is your phone?
Have y'all talked about, prejudice at all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm just, on that one, on that issue, what do you, in the similar to ethical, what do you think would minimize prejudice in relationships?
Is there a question for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
It's the seat that
Yeah,
you
y'all looking at it.
So we're gonna send that to your
Okay.
seat.
That's good.
And then you're gonna,
All right, let forward, what JROTC core ability do you think is the most useful, it's the most useful in life after high school? One of the core abilities that you've learned in JROTC, and I know a lot of people say leadership, that's a core ability that you've learned, but what else?
the ability to apply critical thinking.
Okay,
Because I am aware, after having worked for so long and having been in the program and internships that there are going to be a lot of problems that aren't necessarily listed within your specific job description, and then in order to figure out how to deal with certain conflicts, problems, in order to figure out a solution, you'll be able to think critically, think outside the box, in order to figure out what steps need to be taken to accomplish the goal and overcome some obstacles. Thank you.
I would say the ability to lead, because it allows you to understand what you have to do in certain situations. If you're just in life and you're thrown to be put in charge
Yes.
of a situation, you need to know what to do. That way you aren't just there frozen and
Okay.
you mess up constantly.
Okay, so leadership. Okay, thank you. The other, I don't have to. This is that, yes, that is. And y'all didn't do that, okay. Last one, for the elect fours. Have y'all talked about citizen rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you talked about, well, you just went through an election, nothing personal about that, but do you think your citizens' rights and knowing what your citizens' rights are and not to exceed that, but to always be aware? What do you think? Did y'all write something in regard to citizens' rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, could you show me that? Just turn it. Thank you. And you can read a little bit off the paragraph, if you don't mind, as well as you, Sergeant Major.
Yes, ma'am.
And that'll be the last thing I did. Citizen right, and then you can expound upon it a little bit as you go. Go ahead.
I'd like to show you the first one to those.
Thank you.
And you said I can read off the sentence?
Mm-hmm.
People are already aware that terrorism is a national threat to each citizen's safety and the overall security of the country. However, less people understand that terrorism as a term can be used to the harm of American citizens. Would you like me to continue because there is none of this?
That's fine. Unless, you, I mean, you know it off the top of your head because you're extending, but I'm sure when you were reading it and the instructors also presented, but that, just the first part right there. Did all of you have to write on terrorism, or you?
We were allowed to choose between the
I did.
subjects that was listed in the curriculum.
Okay,
I did
excellent.
economic instability.
Okay, go ahead.
One of the economic instabilities of our U.S. government is the gas prices and inflation.
Okay.
Oh.
No, go ahead. Make another-
Currently, gas prices are going further up, and so is our inflation right now, due to government spending money that we don't have.
Very good. Thank you. Terrorism, economics. I mean, were y'all listening? I mean, were y'all watching the voting? I mean, the inauguration, because after that was right in tune with that. Whether not pro, not con, but information that was presented. Very good.
Would you like us to elaborate?
We could get it a long drawn out.
I am very excited about this topic, ma'am. I have a lot to say.
I know. And I was going to ask, and I don't know, but are you a debater?
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't even know that, but
It was on my slides. I have qualified for 5A regionals for a public forum debate and also poetry.
poetry?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent.
It was
I mean,
about-
no, it's very good. I think, I know they told me that, key things that you are, okay, are you on a debate team and the nationals, right?
Yes, ma'am. I
Very
was part of the World Schools debate team.
Congratulations, yes, you do it very well. And key point, even when you answer your questions, you are direct, you're to the point, and then you ensure that the person that you're speaking with are clear, that they understand what you're trying to say. And that's always good follow-up. Do you do impromptu also?
I have done, we call it extemporaneous speech.
Yes, extemporaneous verbal communications, gotcha. And I didn't get to talk to you, Boys State or Boys State?
Both of us.
Both of us.
We went
See,
together.
y'all did?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get to elaborate on that, and I really wanted to because I went to Girls State, umpteen years ago. But when you go over it, it's always, especially your state, you're in a sense of awareness, It makes you in tune to your citizen and political arenas, whether you ever want to go in politics as well, because it's, you do the state, you know, and you learn so much.
I'm now very aware of the struggles that a city council.
Thank you. Absolutely. It is eye-opening, and it goes with you throughout your life, because you always can knuckle down and know that. But right now, yourself, the economics and the terrorism, if I had the time, but we are under time constraints, so I want you to go and finish your donuts, and y'all can eat that, but thank you very much for your
Thank you very
time. I
much.
gotta finish with that too. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, guys. Okay. And you should.
That's not when she's done with that.
So we're gonna, that's right. I'm gonna go ahead. Yes. How do you deal with it, to minimize the prejudice in relationships with others?
In groups where I have friends who we're supposed to be on an even playing field, I put everyone on an even playing field. I don't show any special treatment to those friends or anything of the sort. I make sure that everything's fair
Okay,
between me and the other
in the
people.
person. So you put everyone level playing field with that, and yourself. How do you, so that none is, if you got all guys, one girl, you try not to show bias, and you try not to show favor, so how does that bring us out of the
I would refrain from attempting to make any comments that might allude to some
Yes.
open favoritism. I'll also try to refrain from noticing that there are differences and try to keep everything equal and fair for everyone.
Is that easy to do?
No.
Okay. It's not easy, especially in a leadership role. Okay, that is not easy. And that takes practice from the beginning to now, till you leave school and you start your business and go into home. It's not easy to do. Even in still when you know you're not doing it, you're wearing, rose-colored glasses, it is extremely hard to do because you're human. And you always gravitate to what is common and that's what you're comfortable with. It is. It's not an easy task. So believe you me, by you stating that, just to attempt to continue to try to put everybody in the level. Do you find any friction when you even try to do that?
But not with myself,
Right.
more of, but
Others.
with others.
And how they perceive you.
Exactly. Like you could put everybody in the level playing field, but now your friends are, why are you picking them over me? Or
Thank you.
why aren't you picking me to do this?
And it's always, you know that in the back of your mind, that's the least of your perspective that you're coming at them. But they don't know that because they can't read your mind. So automatically, their perception of you is totally different from your perception of you.
Exactly.
Because what you're radiating, they're saying, oh, did you see that? Yeah, he looked at her, he looked at him. Yeah, that's his friend, and this, and you're like, no, wait, that's not it. But you never be able to explain. Very good, okay? And your, can you bring up the personal skills map? Okay. Yes. Oh, thank you.
I got to
Yes.
share it from my personal account to my
This
school
one?
account.
Thank you.
Now we're good to
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Oh, that.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
But I did do that. But I don't have it.
It's not on there?
When I tried to sign in, it said it couldn't find an account with Google. Or no, it says access blocked. So admin needs to review.
Is it your password or?
It says right here. Because I remember taking that because we got all of our papers at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you give me a second?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Let me sign that in. Awesome.
Okay.
Sergeant Major might have them.
You might?
Might.
Okay. I'll check in real quick.
Yeah, you got time. I'll let, Cadet Culbertson finish up with his, if you wanna take a moment to see.
Alright, thank you.
Or can they unlock this?
I'm
They-
gonna see if they can do either that
Yeah,
or
they make it unlock.
beyond.
So, I don't know if they can unlock it or if it's district.
Okay.
But you can go ahead and try.
Yeah,
Alright, I'll be right back, I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
no problem. Okay. Pick out one, the one that you are extremely, the scoring is high, and the one that is the lowest. And tell me the difference of how it reads. You pick out the one that, like, the bar is further out than the other, and if it's too strong, like, I can see down at the bottom and those top, get two of those, and then give me one that you're still working on it too.
Yes, ma'am. So, the one that's pretty high is stress management.
Okay?
It's because I believe I'm able to just, like, even despite other things, I can kind of distract myself from any stressful situations and learn to calm down and relax,
Mm-hmm.
which I think I managed to do pretty
Stress
well.
management,
I'm
good.
sorry. He gave us these folders and
And
I took
another high one is, I don't know why interpersonal aggression is so high.
No,
I don't consider myself that aggressive.
no, but interpersonal aggression, I think, is inside, and you can manage to keep a lot of things internally.
Oh, yes, I am.
Yeah, does that describe, yes? Okay, you see, and you even smile about that, because you know that's true about you. Very good. Okay, and what, those are the two high, what about the, what's not so high that you're still?
One that is low that I think should be low is time management. Because I believe that's probably the worst thing. I'm worst at is managing my time. Because I will be able to set out like things that I want stuff to do based on like certain times, and then I get distracted and I start procrastinating a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and then I wind up doing stuff at like 10 p.m. at night on the day it's due.
That, and no one will let you know that, but probably high school at this age and the stage in your life, it's normal. But don't let it become a ingrown habit of procrastination. Put it, oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll get to that. And then, 10:30 at night, I'm still gotta finish this. Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's, even adults continue to work with time management. That is a known fact. Go ahead.
this photo on my computer. Alright,
Thank you.
so my highest ones are interpersonal awareness and drive, strength, and motivation.
Okay, and now?
And my lowest,
Two of those.
time management. Yeah, and it's funny that you're talking about the procrastination part because I didn't finish my cadet portfolio. And so like right before they finished their presentation, I just finished it. And I had so much time to do it, but I procrastinated so much and I was like, I'm gonna finish it last night.
Exactly.
And then the site went down. I was like, man,
Okay,
I wasted so much time.
that we can, even if you do a little bit, because once you start it, then you'll go ahead and complete it.
Yeah.
But it's the starting it.
Yes,
That's where I
it's-
struggle
That's the
at.
biggest one for me is it's just to start. When I started, I can do it.
But it's just getting to that threshold to start it.
And sometimes my problem is I start it and then I just don't want to finish it.
Yeah, it's not intriguing to you. Now, I'm gonna ask you, do any of you play video games?
I did.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And when you start those, you can never get away from them.
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
Amazing. You can start it and then you continue. Okay, dinner's ready. Okay, I'm coming. Let me get this last. It's amazing how you can stick to that, but just can't. You gotta be the interest, right? It works, believe me.
It's all the flashing lights.
Yes, those subliminal messages that are going forth. Okay, and have you, by just what you are just relayed to me, from the personal skills map, what have you learned about your skills since you were let two of those? If you had to compare it, or you know for sure, if you looked at it when you were let two, now that you're let three. Has any of those things changed?